Today we have some talking to do. Okay, before I start, I just want to clarify something, that this is not political at all. The reason why I'm doing this is because I care about my country. I am a proud Nigerian, though I'm not proud of what most of our leaders are doing currently. Most of you, the youth, don't even know why Nigerian universities are going on strike. I just learned that for over 13 years we have been doing the same thing since 2009. We've been going on strikes and all. Also, education is a very important factor if you want to see a country progress. The three most important things are actually education, infrastructure, and security. You know, Nigerian government nursery and primary schools and even the secondary schools are not the best. That is why most of us graduate from private schools. But when it comes to university, the population is too much, and private schools cannot contain the number of graduates. I mean, like, I have to Google this, but over how many thousands of students graduate every single year from secondary school and apply for university, and the university doesn't even have the capacity to contain these students. And for a country to progress, you need good education, not just education, good quality education. If I allow you to be the judge of that, we don't have good quality education in most of the government schools. That's number one. Number two is infrastructure. The infrastructure in the country, let's say health, water, good water supply, electricity, roads, all are not the best, let's be honest. And also security. We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to say anything about that. We all know how the status of security is in this country, in Nigeria. We all know how this security is in Nigeria, so I don't really need to talk about it. But I did some research, and I don't want to overcomplicate it, but from my research, these are some of the reasons why I think we keep having strike in Nigeria, in our universities in the country. So first on my list is that since 2009, the government and also ASU had been having an ongoing negotiation, and till date nothing has settled. So ASU is tired. That's number one. Number two is lecturers are not getting paid, and of course they will be tired and frustrated if you put in a work and for many months and years you don't get paid for what you are doing. You need to feed your family. Number four on my list is simply the government does not care. One of the excuses is that they keep saying that the government does not have enough funds to pay this staff, or they will make an effort, blah blah blah. But we see every day in the news President Muhammad Buhari approved a budget of so billion naira to do something, to build the COVID, I don't want to say stupid, but some silly projects here and there, and they overpay for the project. So you cannot say you don't have the money to fund the education for the future of your own country. I mean, a few days back I saw a video of the Minister of Education. I don't know, after this youth were protesting, or he got them in his office, one of the youth was telling him he was representing the Nigerian youth and students, how frustrated they are and how all the problem with us when government is impacting them, and they just want to go back to school and study.
The point ASU armor on is revitalization of our institution. on this note, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, Nigerians today want to be part of this discussion. We want to really know what is going on between the ASU and federal government. These are two parents, but these two parents have disappointed us. And as such, we don't have any trust in them. Federal government and ASU to find an equilibrium, to meet as a matter of urgency, to call off this strike, while negotiation or anything else continue. We cannot be at home, like my colleagues have said. It's only Nigerian students that bear the blunt.
And he raised a lot of good points, which I'm going to play.
At the end of every tenure, at the end of every 4 years, Honorable Minister, this is your thought, this is your second time in office. Your salary will be paid. We are tired of this incessant strike on our education sector. Our government has bastardized our education. They have killed the primary and secondary school education in this country. Oh, Honorable Minister, sir, we saw it on social media. You celebrated your son who graduated in a country, a university outside this country. Our parents also have that money to send us outside the country. But we are in this country.
But, you know, after he was done, the guy just said,
instead of coming here, you should have addressed your lecturers there. Perhaps the only point that you made that is worthy of even attention is you said students should be involved in this, and I think probably this is a very good thing.
Thank you, sir.
And it is the only thing I'm going to take out of what you have said here. Thank you very much.
Solidarity forever.
The reply was, you know, sending a clear message of telling us, the youth, we don't care. You know, you're not part of our business or problems right now. We have other issues to face. And, you know, talking to many youth and also seeing online, we are starting to understand that a lot of these leaders are not capable of building a better nation. At the end of the day, the ministers, all this, they will get paid. They will get paid, and that is one of the things that the youth said. But these lecturers, they are the ones who will produce the leaders of tomorrow. The education system in the country is very, very bad at the moment. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So that is the reason why I'm here ranting about this, and I hope you know, this was educative and useful for all Nigerian youth and for all Nigerians actually, because at the end of the day, we want a better nation. We know it is possible, but we just need the right people.